Hello everyone, Specter here and welcome to Star Citizen. Today is the Invictus launch week 2953 day 5 and today manufacturer will be Anvil Aerospace. I hoped quite a bit of server in order to get to this one, which the tram will work. So lucky for me. And let's get to it first. Alright, so here is the C8X Pisces, and this is a regular Pisces, an old one as well. It's come along with the Carrack, which is an exploration or expedition ship. So everything would be size 1, just like what I said in the last year IAE, except for the headlights, because this ship got a very strong headlight. I think you can consider as a capital size headlight. Yeah, you got two tiny laser repeaters in here, size 1s, as well as laser cannon over here, size 1 as well. So 2 missiles on each wing. Okay, I mean each wing got 1. Combined together got 2. It's a tiny ship. You can get inside of here, 4 SU worth of cargo space in here, 2 jump seat for extra crew member, and the pilot seat over here. I would say this ship is kind of tricky because back in 316, I believe, when I was playing Jump Town with my friends, it turns out the pilot who sit over here cannot be killed by any kind of weaponry as long as he or she stay on the seat. I'm not so sure for now, but yeah, that's something I heard about. And also, if you're not careful enough, if you got something in here, for example, you got a box or something, then all of a sudden you will be popped out from the ship and reach to the top of it. So yeah, that's what I meant though, this kind of case. I'm not so sure for now, so well, you can try it out. And over here is a Pisces rescue ambulance. It's a C8R, I believe. Yes, okay. So instead of, well, basically the loadout similar, but do not have the size 1 cannons over here. Just keep the missiles in here. And over here, inside of it, you do not have any kind of cargo grid, but instead you replace with a lot of food and drinks, and I believe that I will take it away. Yep, it's mine now. Alright, so yes, as you can see, just like the Redeemer, you got some food and drinks, as well as some med pens in here for you to grab, because it's come up with it, which is very handy if you're going out for mining and stuff in a cave. So you got a med bed in here, you can treat your injury, as well as, for now at least, if you your character become thirsty or hungry, you can just simply doing like this. Then they will automatically fill up the thirsty and also with the hunger that you're facing right now, which is very handy. Right, so over here you can register something in here. I don't know how you use it, but in the future probably they have much more things to do with it. And you have 1 extra jump seat in here, so you can bring a medic with you. And this is the pilot seat. So comparing to the Pisces itself, I would say, let's see whether I can Well, never mind, I can't. Anyway, comparing to that Pisces, I would say that this one, for now, it would be a little bit more useful compared to this one, the old one. But anyway, both of them are quite cheap, I would say, in the future. At least this Pisces come up with 400,000 AUEC around this price point in game if you want to purchase it. But for now, you can of course rent it for free for 48 hours. But it's not hard to obtain one, so I believe that even for this C8R, when it's available, it won't be that expensive in the game. Alright, so here is the Anvil Hawk. Light fighter. You do not have any kind of missiles, but you have a lot of size 1 weaponries. You got an EMP device over here as well, so that you can disable enemy ships via that device. But the last time I used it, the guns easily overheated, so yeah, so you may want to make your shot count in here. You can put a person in here, although that person kind of, able to get out by himself for now. And not so sure why it's not open though. Or maybe it's bugged? I don't know. Oh, there you go. Alright, so once if you want to sit inside of it, it's just like the pilot seat or the Fury.
Although Invictus is a celebration of the man and women, the ship often within the trade.
Alright.
Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduates, it also gives our active service members much needed recreation.
But for now, you don't need to worry about like being locked or trapped inside of this seat. You can get out whenever you want it. So the pilot seat would be underneath here. It's just like a Spirit Talon. So the feeling of the cockpit is a little bit cramped, but at least you can see something underneath the bottom of the ship. It's good for parking your ship. So yeah, no missiles. It's just for shooting guns, I would say. Over here is a Terrapin, a scout ship with radars on board. But now radar is not useful, so basically speaking, this ship is kind of useless. You can't really hold any kind of cargo inside of the ship. If you want to do trading. But of course, if you want to move some boxes, you can. So you have two, I believe that's size 1 laser repeaters in here for defense. Your hull is over here. A long time ago, back in 3.14, I didn't say it, but for now, I think that is so similar to something in Cyberpunk, like 2077. That kind of like medic stuff, something like that. Trauma team. Yeah, I believe that is something called Trauma team. They got a vehicle similar to this one as well, by like having a door like this and then like parked. But anyway, just looks like it, but doesn't mean that it is. So you got a pilot seat over here. Not so sure why there's an NPC over here. Oh wait, no NPC, it's a person. Oh, that's terrifying. And always think that this chair is kind of like whoever sits over here looks like it's being interrogated or something like that. It doesn't looks good. But anyway, this one is supposed for you to scan the area and stuff, so you can consider it as a like a radar operator seat in here. So you can just simply roll around, I believe, with radar and stuff and spin around. But technically speaking, it's not very useful for now. It just provides you an extra seat. Oh wow, why everyone such... Am I desync that bad? Like, people always popped up from nowhere. So you have a bed in here. I believe that if I remember it right, you got some gallery, something like that in here as well. So yeah, and you got the toilet over here. It's good for you to move some boxes though, if you really want to use this ship like hanging around. So in theory, this ship is supposed to have a lot of armor, which is very heavy as well, which can protect the pilots and the radar operator at the back to scout in a very dangerous like area, like a front line and stuff. But armor is not something developed yet, so well, you may need to wait until it does. Alright, so here comes the Carrack. So the Carrack is the first expedition ship that's introduced in Star Citizen. But of course, like they raised up some incident when the Odyssey, the Myst Odyssey, was being created. And there's some arguments because a long time ago CIG claimed that this Anvil Carrack is some sort of like the best expedition ship ever, but when they introduced the Odyssey, they used the same phrase for the Odyssey, so they created some sort of like unnecessary, I would say, unnecessary argument. But anyway, yes, there's a lot of things that not being developed in this Carrack. For example, so for example, these cargo bays, so it is supposed to be modular, so you can swap them out with something else, or you have some quick like unloading something and load up something. And also, I believe that in the future they need to add up an elevator so that you don't need to use this ramp only, just like the Mercury Star Runner. So you can hold some vehicles inside, at least 2 to 3 vehicles. 2 might be better, 3 would be too much. So you have a ramp in here so that you won't accidentally have some very close contact with the door over here. I mean your vehicle. And here you got the elevator so that you can have a quick access to the top of the bridge or the top floor. This one is a cargo bay, but don't think that it's similar to the Caterpillar because there's no door. So it means that once you get down, you're trapped. And yeah, I think that this is a very good place for you to keep the zombies, because they can't really get out while after you trap them in. So yeah, but just some sort of fantasy imagination stuff. Yeah, you can keep some animals in here as well if you want to transport some very dangerous alien species, or hostages, I don't know. Alright, so here comes a Gladiator. This is a fighter bomber. You can treat it as a fighter, but usually people will treat it as a bomber because you got a lot of missiles on board, especially for those size 5 torpedoes on board. 2-seater, so you have a gunner at the back while you have a pilot at the front. So if I get it right, I should be able to get inside of it like so. As same as the Anvil Hurricane, you got a very good thing for quick scrambling your ships would be. Both gunners and pilots can load up at the same time, so it means that you don't need to separate 2 different times to enter the cockpit. Instead, they can both enter their spaces when things go sideways, of course. So here comes the gunner seat. It's a little bit cramped, but still, it's better than nothing. So according to the design itself, like it seems like you can swap up some modules so that you can carry some cargo, but for now you cannot do such a thing. So you can just simply treat it as a fighter bomber. The looking of it is very cool as well. Good, let's move on. And over here is the Anvil Aero light fighter. Usually it is being used to compare with the Aegis Gladius, sorry. The Gladius, the light fighter. So you come up with these 2 ballistic Gatling guns when you got your ship, as well as some, for now I think that they use laser repeaters, but or I forgot already. A long time ago there was like distortion cannons and stuff, but for now I forgot what is that already because I haven't used the arrow for some time, or I would say I haven't come to Star Citizen for quite some time. I forgot already. So this is how you get on the ladder. Oh yeah, so they are all distortion cannons right now. Still, that's good. And yeah, you have ballistic Gatling guns in here. Usually you would swap it out because the ammo count is quite limited. So for now, all the fighters, or I would say all the ships, got their inventory. So it means that if you want to go to a bunker and stuff, then you can just simply like bring the fighters to help you out. They can store some weapons for you, which comes handy if you don't really want to get everything out of the bunker. You just want to grab a few guns and stuff, then this fighter will help you out. I mean, all the fighters right now can help you out. So let's move on. Alright, so here we are in the other showroom. That is very rare, but yeah, we have the F8 Lightning, I believe, is it? The Lightning. So it's a very heavy fighter. It's not really available in Star Citizen right now for buying it. So in the game you cannot really buy it, but you can obtain it by just simply kill some like NPCs officers, like police officers and military officers, then you can obtain one for limited time. For some reasons you can't really get on it as well. Just for you to take a look at it, maybe. Oh no, is it? Oh, I can get inside. Well, that's good. Okay, so you got a lot of firepower. As a heavy fighter, I think that this one is extremely good. Can't wait to fly one if I can, obviously with some sort of legal method instead of killing NPCs.
The UEE Navy couldn't be prouder of our partnership with Anvil Aerospace. Their fighters, exploration ships, and transports are on the front line every day, keeping the Empire safe.
Alright, but the design itself is a little bit odd, because once you exit from the cockpit, you will be hit by this thing, which is a little bit odd. Alright, so here is the Anvil Hurricane. Heavy fighter, 2-seaters. You got a pilot over here, as well as the gunner at the back of it. As I said, you can both of them, both of the pilots and gunners can just enter the ship via different kind of like seats in here underneath the ship. So the gunners own most of the firepowers, while the pilots will own missiles and 2 guns at the front. Those 2 guns at the front can swap out into 2 size 4 weaponries. The hatch is over here. So the looking of it is quite good. I was having a fun time when I was like piloting it as well as acting like a gunner of the Hurricane. This one is the Anvil Valkyrie. It's a dropship. It's a heavy dropship as well. You got a turret for pilots to control in here. I forgot it's size 1 or size 2s already. And you got a gunner over here. A turret gunner will sit here. I'm not so sure like if you need to perform some sort of emergency landing, your landing gear is not up, then you just like a ball turret gunner in World War II is being squashed into pieces, which was quite a dark history of the B-17s and many American bombers at that period of time. But yeah, it was war, I know, but it's just sad to see someone, especially your comrades, like have that kind of ending. But anyway, this is Star Citizen. It's not really the B-17 in World War II. Now, you can. Okay, so...
Ever since Anvil Aerospace emerged from Terrapin, pilots and politicians alike have cited
Yep, so you're supposed to be able to climb up of it.
from combat to exploration to logistics.
Alright, so, yeah. So you can climb up via here, the hatch. And also you got a ramp at the back which you can get some vehicle inside. So if you're mining, you can put a rock in here. If you're having some combat like action in here, you can put like Earth Rover or other thing else. I don't know. But you can't put a tank in here though. And you can get your hands on the turret over here, which not for now, I think. Maybe. Or I think you can. Just you can't fire it. So just imagine right now you got a lot of outposts that is outdoor. You can use it to mow down the NPC, which is very nice. So you got a lot of jump seats in here. And also the turret down there. Another like room for jump seats. And up there is the bed for the crew.
For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride.
Alright, so there's a lot of laggings in here right now. But you got some beds for the crew as well as a toilet in here. Just remember, this is not really airtight. So, well, you better be careful. When the hatch is open over there, you better have your helmet on. If you are located in some sort of like planet and some places without atmosphere. So you got a turret seat over here, up top of it. And also some turret seats in here for the remote turrets. And the pilot seat over here got a separate hatch of airlock, which is very nice. Why I am... okay, never mind. Alright, so here comes a F7C Hornet. It's a medium fighter. And you don't have much things to have. So for example, you have only 2 size 3 weaponries at the wings. And that is it for the F7C Hornet once you get it. Of course, you have like extra 2 SCU worth of cargo space and the middle section of the plane, of a ship in here. But you can just arm it up with the other things. For example, you can arm it with a ball turret, or turret I would say, and you can house 2 more weapons or a single weapon on top of it. And also there's a size 3 weapon spots over here, hard points over here for you to load up. So it means that once you got this ship, you got a lot of things need to fit it in, like a lot of modules and stuff. So well, yeah, in order to have more firepower. So you can enter the seat fire here. Alright, so this is how it looks like in the cockpit.
The UEE Navy is proud to announce that Anvil Aerospace invited to recruit engineering research.
But the animation is still a little bugged. I mean, when the hatch is, the cockpit, the glass is closed and the screen on top of it still have some buggy things happen. And this one is the Hornet of F7A, military type of Hornet. Got more firepower. You got a lot of size 4, like these are the size 4 hard points comparing to the F7 over here, only size 3s. Because this is really military type of it. So many things are upgraded. You can see there's the turret over there, turret up there, housing size 3s up there. Yeah, I believe that these are size 1 or size 2, so I don't know. But let's see whether I can get inside of it. Yes, there you go.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
So you can see the way they close the hatch is different, and the way you observe things would be a little bit different as well. I don't know why it's a little bit distant between the front of the ship and the cockpit seat in here. And you can see, oh, those are size 2s at the nose, which is very, very good. So it means that 2 size 2, 2 size 3s on top of it, and also 2 size 4 at the wingtip. So it's quite rare for someone to have this one flying around. I hope that in the future they can let us to purchase it in the game, but yeah. It looks cool though. Alright, so let's move on to the other section of it. Alright, so here we are in the basement here. You can see this is a Ballista. So it's an anti-aircraft truck. You got a lot of anti-air missiles over here. So you can enter the ship via here, the hatch. So once you get inside of it, 2 seats available. One is over here. One is over here. So this one is a gunner seat.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
So it's for you to like roll around the missiles and hit your target. Once upon a time, it was something very stealthy to the point that you can't detect it until you reach the very close range. But for now, it's supposed to be changed. So, well, in Jump Town, this vehicle, I would say, not ship, vehicle would be a little bit more having some sort of disadvantage when you come up with like defend your the Jump Town itself compared to previous. Okay, so this one is a pilot seat, or I would say it's a driver seat. So the whole thing is really looks like a truck, so it means that your view is a little bit limited. So don't expect yourself to be able to look around and yeah, or you may expect yourself to hit something at the side of it when you're driving it too fast. Alright, so, oh, by the way, you got some gun racks in here as well, so put your weapons over here if you want it. Alright, over here you can see some Centurions over here. So Centurions are like, is the other anti-air truck, but this time with some, you know, size 4 laser repeaters over here. You can have some firepower. I mean, I would say it shares the same firepower of a Constellation, because like size 4 laser repeaters, well, unless your Constellation got 2 size 5 fixed weaponries. If not, well, it would be the same size of weaponries you got. So it should be quite effective comparing to the missiles one, because I mean the missiles one would be much more deadlier, but well, you can't really sustain it for a long time because wow, that guy just teleported. Anyway, so you can't expect it to be like continuously fire the missiles, while this laser repeaters got unlimited ammo, and as long as you got enough power for that. So I would say if you're going to defend the territories, you need to combine with the Centurion as well as a Ballista over there.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in the Navy, stop by our friends and family.
So you got a gunner seat over here again, and also the pilot seat over here. Great. Now, at the side of it, don't misunderstand it, this is not a Centurion, this is a Spartan. So Spartan and Centurion as well as a Ballista, they share the same chassis, but or chassis, yeah, I would say chassis. And yeah, it's a truck and move troops around, so it's a troop carrier more likely. So you got some people sitting here already, as you can see right now. Those are the staff, I believe. And yeah, you feel free to sit, grab a seat over here. And you got a driver seat over here as well, which is very nice. Alright, so let's move on. Alright, so here comes a hologram room. So this one is a repair ship that's created by Anvil. The name I forgot already is like a Crucible, I think. Is it how you pronounce it? Crucible? So you can repair quite a lot of ships, like by the platform over here. It's cool if like repair is something important in the future, but not for now though, so that's why you can't really see it flying around or even being created right now or developed right now. But yeah, since they are developing the like a repairing gameplay, so maybe in the future you will see it flying around, I hope. Over here you can see this is the new ship a long time ago. I mean, not really long time ago, but quite some time ago. And this one is the Legionnaire, yeah. The Legionnaire dropship, or I would say is a kind of ship that's for like assault, because you are supposed to force to enter the hostile ships, the target ships. So what do they call about the ship? Boarding. Okay. So they got heavy armor, and you're supposed to proceed docking procedures while under enemy fire. Not so sure how it works, but because currently docking is kind of something hard to perform, so I don't know how people perform docking while you're under heavy enemy fire. Over here is a large ship that CIG showed us, which is Anvil Liberator. You can consider as a Liberator. It's a transport. You can consider as a mini carrier, because according to those pictures they show, you can put some ships above it, light fighters or medium fighters above it. Meanwhile, you can put some vehicles inside of the hangar or the cargo bay inside, which is quite handy if you're having a small organization and want to move things around. Then Liberator would be something that is useful for you. It looks like a hovercraft to me though, at some point.
Ever since Anvil Aerospace emerged with the Terrapin, pilots and politicians alike have cited their spacecraft
Alright then.
vehicles for hundreds
So,
of missions. From combat
basically, this is the end of today about the Anvil Aerospace show, a kind of show in here. I hope you enjoy, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.